Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. It's day 3 of framing. You're going to hear some of this stuff again later in the video. You'll understand why. But they started on putting the trusses in. There will be a window up there. There's going to be a window here and a window here. This is our master bedroom. Again, window there, sliding glass door, other window. So a lot of light coming into this room. It's going to be cool with the vaulted ceilings. I've always thought that was neat with the tongue and groove. So, oh, and there is another window there. But they started on this, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming that the other trusses are going to go fairly quick, because what they did today is they started pre-assembling a lot of the stuff and putting the Tyvek on it. So I have a feeling it's going to go a lot quicker. Not that I'm the expert by any means, but there's another house being built that they got the entire truss system and roof on, but they had a crane. So I don't know if we're eventually getting a crane, if a crane is needed. I have no idea, but this is pretty wild to see all this laid out like a great big jigsaw puzzle. So I assume it's going to start going quicker. Nothing in here really has changed since the last video. So I do want to answer a couple questions. Steve and Woods both asked the question, where is the internet room? So what we got to do is we've got to run a fiber optic wire from the Loftus, as Keith calls it. And we've got to run that fiber optic wire all the way through here. Like a Star Trek movie here. And then what we did is we put this piece of conduit that goes through the foundation, and that is where the fiber, or the fiber optic wire is going to come up. And then Emily's been talking with her brother, talking about getting a box to put in here to coil up any excess. So this is the laundry room, and again, the cat room. Let me zoom out here. So plenty of space for all that stuff to get a rack system or whatever in the world she's got to put in here for her command center. Again, water closet. People keep saying, oh, nice big house. I'm starting to agree with them. I think we overshot this a little bit, but this again is going to be a vaulted ceiling. So I would say that's probably 20 foot high, because it's about as high as our barn. So pretty wild. Gonna have some nice ceiling fans and stuff there. Fireplace here with faux brick going all the way up to the top. So that'll be pretty cool. I think we're gonna try and do the brick ourselves, but we'll wait and see, and just, I don't know, by the time you rent a lift and all that, because I don't know how easy that will be with ladders. But regardless, fireplace is going to go there. They have still got to get the deck materials in here, but so that they can start putting the roof system on here, they did this, and they've been out walking on that stuff. So this is like an OSHA nightmare. But other than that, speaking of OSHA nightmare, we got to get builder's risk insurance, because now that we have a foundation, that's when you can do that. The other thing that a friend of mine, John, was asking is, how in the world did they pour all this concrete? So I don't know how detailed I was in the last video, but they built this plywood form, and then they put all these supports in there. So it obviously wraps around the other side. The engineer came out here, looked at it while they were forming it up, advised them on how many bars of rebar to put in there. And it literally is like a spider web of rebar, and they were all drilled into, the stem wall, and then glued in or epoxied in. So that's how they did that. And then they poured it, and it really turned out very well, because they had started pouring over here, if you recall, and they stopped pouring back here, but they did such a great job at finishing this that you really don't see where they started or stopped. So I was kind of worried it would be a very distinct, if the different loads were I don't know, a different type of aggregate or something. But again, I'm not the expert on concrete. We did get a little rain last night, so, or this morning it sprinkled, but other than that, day 3 of framing at Deer Run Farm. Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Day 3 of framing. I think they've all just packed up and left for the evening. A lot has happened, and the funny thing that I've heard from everybody is, nice big house. And I mean, nobody ever tells you, hey, nice small house, or at least I don't think they do. But now that this thing's starting to come together, it's, I think we overshot it a bit. Emily's got her drone flying around here, so let's see if she crashes that thing. I wouldn't go, nope! That happened so fast, I don't know if I caught it on video. If I did, well, here's where we're continuing. So Emily's flying her drone. It did not crash, but she was playing around here in the foyer and went straight up and hit that beam. So I don't know if I got on video. Regardless, what was I rambling about? Yeah, the size of the house. So these are obviously gabled or vaulted ceilings. Man, that whole thing threw me off.